Sorry, bro. I just saw some fucking weird shit. It was Diddy dressed as the Joker, and he was just like doing the full thing.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, no. Now he actually I just respect the grind that he's on.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's hard.
You can't.
No matter
everything he's saying, he's proving. They claim that it was all set up. Now he's proven it's not.
No, but I don't even care about all that though. Like, the thing is that he's literally just picked something and gone, I'm actually just gonna do this, and the fact that he stuck to it and just
doing it.
Like, no, but not even like. Yeah, I think that the base level of him achieving something is alright, but the fact that he's just like kind of dedicated everything to it, that's what I think changes people.
Well,
like, you know, like when you dedicate, because he's not doing anything else now, and I respect it.
Well, yeah.
So it's like,
well, I don't think he wasn't hardworking before. He was just doing it on a different platform.
Obviously not.
And then his trajectory changed in his life.
I'm impressed by just the direct vision.
Well, yeah.
So like because I think it'd be so hard, especially if someone in his position to go, no, I'm actually just going to 100% commit to this because he's got so many opportunities elsewhere. Right. But realistically, at the end of the day, I think he's probably going to be happier. Do you reckon? Do you reckon he's happier?
Yeah. Before he was creating content, which I don't think he
feels
really
happier from what I watch.
Exactly. Yeah, same. And you can see that he's matured in a way where, like, before I think look at us. Yeah. Look at us digging deep.
Wait, look at us mature. Watching people mature.
Hey. Basically, we're Freud and fucking and what's his name?
Mark Cuban.
No, Freud and fucking
Jung.
Carl.
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah.
Karl Marx.
Yeah,
the guy that thought of communism.
Yeah. He's up there.
He's up there.
Like,
he's up there.
Like top.
Our current generation's hero. He'd probably be one of the heroes. Well, he's not. No, my hero.
No, he'd be but he'd be like up there in the list of like favorites because certain people love, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. About him, you know? But is it just the really loud people that love him?
Not really, because I don't hear about him much. I just hear about the manifesto quite a bit. Which
right,
is
like, that's his idea.
I know.
But you know what Kanye said that was very interesting in the Lex Friedman podcast that I listened to recently.
Yeah, I still haven't listened to any of this.
Very crazy podcast, but regardless,
welcome back. By the way.
Welcome back, episode 101.
101. Nearly 2 years. I'm Jag.
Nearly 2 years?
Yeah. Well, yeah. 104 is going to be 2 years technically.
Oh shit!
If we done one a week.
Yeah.
Which is roughly what we've done.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Hey. I'll do a little year anniversary. We can hold hands.
Go.
Yeah. Anyway.
And the whole episode will be like this.
Yeah.
Holding hands.
Yeah, the whole hand. The whole time.
So what he said was, the greatest ideas, like the most like simple, most used ones, outlive the creator's name. The most used, and he explained like utilities, like the most used, like the washing machine, like who. Do you know?
Yeah, true. Yeah. No, I get you.
If it's something very specific, obviously they'll remember your name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you invented a lot of things like Da Vinci.
The problem with it, right, is like washing machines is it. There would have been like you don't the original washing machine you wouldn't find because it was called a woman.
Yeah.
But
right.
That was what was called a But then
the evolution. So what do you? Wait. This is a real propaganda. I want. This is a conspiracy I'm having right now in my head. I want to know who invented the washing machine.
It would have been. Do you reckon it would have been a woman?
Well, if it was a woman, yeah, it's a good thing. James King was a guy.
Yeah, see, look, us men always looking out for women, making their lives easier.
And how could they hate us?
Yeah, like what the fuck, bro?
Oh, because we took their job away.
Oh, see, they're actually upset. They like doing the dishes.
Right.
And now we've gone and got dishwashers, washing machines.
Do you know, and funnily enough, do you know anyone in your life that stress cleans?
I think my mum does sometimes.
My mum does and my sister does.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, they love it.
Generational wealth.
They love it. And
that's generational wealth for me.
Is it?
That's generational wealth for me.
Is it a bad trait? Because I would like that trait. I wouldn't mind if I was stressed, me going and cleaning a little bit.
Right, I wouldn't mind having.
Because I don't mind cleaning. See, I don't mind cleaning.
I've stress cleaned before.
No, I don't think I have.
Actually, no. I wouldn't call it stress cleaning. I'll call it procrastination cleaning.
Yeah, 100%. I've done that multiple times.
Where I'll have something like a much more dire task, and I'm like, you know what? This room This room needs not just because it's already clean usually, but I'm like, I should empty out my shelves today and throw away old clothes.
Much easier than think. But it will only take 20 minutes. It won't.
And then I do it for like 3 hours and I enjoy it.
You know, I was gonna say with the Kanye thing, right? Because I actually haven't heard anything yet in terms of like anything he said. But from what you have told me, I can somewhat understand why he's upset. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Can you upset? I get it.
Okay, let me explain. What Kanye is trying to say, but he's saying it in a very...
That's what I mean.
How do I say it? In a very unfiltered, assertive manner, in a way where his anger
not much
and
nuance.
Well, yes, and his anger and rage is
there's
almost slashing out towards a whole community, which... Look, okay, let me explain. Let me give you guys the context of everything. What he's saying is partly true. A lot of the mainstream media is owned by Jewish families. Yes. A lot of other things are owned by Jewish families. Yes. Due to generational wealth, they took advantages in the early times. Yeah. Plus, like I've explained before, unlike any other community or religion, it's pretty easy to get into all the other religions. There is, you got to be there's a difference between a practiced one and just
really saying, okay. Yeah, well, there's levels. They've got level ups.
Let me explain.
Do they get suits at level 2?
No. Let me explain.
You know what? Upgrades to your body. Do you get like a stock grip?
The thing is, no. I'm talking about like other religions. Like for example, okay, if you wanted to be a Christian, right? Yeah. Like I'm not a born again Christian, not like one of those specific ones, right? If you really wanted to be Christian, you'd buy a Bible, and then people would be like, "You're Christian," because they want you in the community, right? Yeah. The bigger the religion, right?
Yeah, but Jews aren't. They're trying to keep it close.
The Muslims are also like, we want you in our community.
More the merrier.
But there's more steps in some Christian things, okay? Yeah. And they prefer you to be a lot more practicing. Like
they want
Christian
you to be.
is a bit more like lenient, where it's like you don't have to come to church, just believe in the guy.
They keep raving about this Muhammad fella. Yeah, they're going wild over him.
Right. So, and they much more follow the
which one? Which what I keep asking. Which?
Which one is it?
So many.
I know
of
a
them.
few.
There's so many.
I knew one that had the first name and the last name.
Yes, there are so many.
Okay. Well, whilst the Jewish community, there's a whole process. You have to there's a monthly, like a few weeks process where you have to read the Torah.
You have to send your report card.
Dude, you have no. Dude, legitimately, it's a process. So, and even listen to this. Ready? This is apparently a thing that's said in the community. I'm not sure. I've only read this in a few things.
Allegedly.
So, okay, let me just say. Allegedly, this is what they say. When you are someone that becomes Jewish, right? You're not born into a family. You end up being interested in it.
You're a foreigner?
You're just a practicing Jew.
Oh, okay. So you don't ever get to become a Jew?
No, see? You're just a
that's pretty snide. That's pretty snide.
Right? So you're still never ever fully part of the community.
That's actually pretty...
And so what Kanye was saying was, through coercion, right, they'd all come together and buy out these things or start companies and stuff. But is that wrong? No. What Kanye was trying to say, though, wasn't that. Kanye was saying these people, he was saying Jewish media is trying to shut me up and trying to and has been in the music industry, which is also the main companies, are owned by, not all of them, but some majority of them are owned by these
Jewish
people, right? And how they got there, was it legitimate or not? I don't care. You know what I mean? And it probably legitimately, but probably half of it wasn't. Just like every other fucking country, just like every other business. It's just the fact that they hold so much power. And then Kanye felt that these African Americans were getting used, especially in these contracts, were getting fucked by not only these Jewish media, but these Jewish lawyers.
And also they own like the big media companies that don't really help with systematic problems.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
exactly. So yes, there is a bigger picture that he's trying to explain.
That's what I mean. I understand his argument.
And he's coming off as just really like ignorant and kind of just like the Jewish media. You can't say the Jewish media.
See, that's what I was thinking. Right? It's like like I can understand why he's upset about it,
Right?
Because he's seen it firsthand, probably.
Right.
And, like, I don't deny
he's experienced.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So like, I can understand why he's so upset about it.
Right.
I see it right, and I think it's something that I would say like a dumb thing,
Right?
Because I look at my position, right, where if I was him, it's something I feel like I would say to someone. Like say, like to be over exaggerating to say shit like that.
Right. But,
you know what I'm saying? But like, obviously, that doesn't mean like anything.
Right.
But it's just him being upset because of the situation.
Yeah, but what Lex told him as well was the fact that you have so much influence. You kind of need to.
See, you don't, but you have to.
No.
You don't.
But you have to because you have the influence.
No, you
right?
don't.
But you don't. I know. But. If you want to cooperate properly with the world, you have to a point, right? And
yeah,
there's always better approaches to things.
Well, like we do.
I don't think
we don't go around shooting people. We don't go around. Like laws are still.
I don't think what he said was specifically wrong. He just should have. She should have phrased it a little better.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said the thing. Like, no, he was also. You could tell he's upset about it.
Right.
But
back to that phrasing and stuff like that. We're humans. You can't always get it right. And the only thing that Lex was saying to him was just be more specific about it. Don't say the Jewish media. Just be like, name these people.
Yeah, name them.
But then Kanye was like, no, it's the Jewish media. It's all of them.
Yeah.
And then so it's kind of like, it's hard to say. To
be
really
fair though, like he's not like in this case if he's talking because he's not actually talking about Jewish people.
No.
He's talking about the Jewish media.
Yeah.
Which is just a subgenre. Like, look, and like, there probably are smaller Jewish companies out there in media that are probably like, hey, what the fuck?
Right.
But the rest of them are probably like,
shut up.
Yeah. We do want you to shut up.
But the crazy thing is the fact that all of the, so the fact that all of this has happened, the fact that once he was saying all the things about black people and all that, no one cancelled him. But as soon as he said something against the Jews,
that's
everything.
Yeah.
All of these companies closed off their contracts. Everything, absolutely everything got shat on him. And now they're not even letting him into places.
That's proper white treatment, you know that?
Because
like if but that's what happens to us.
Right.
Like if we say shit about white people, we can get away with it. Like we're fine. Yeah. But as soon as we say something about someone else, we get fucked on.
Right.
But certain people, see, that's interesting if the black community now have to deal with that.
No. But see, the black community doesn't have to deal with that. If the black community just goes shits on white people in general, no one
that's what I mean.
Does a shit.
No.
But if you specifically point out the people that might have a little bit more power, in this context, the Jewish people, then it's a problem.
Yeah, that's interesting because Jews are white, right? Jews are white.
You could be like white cracker, right? Yeah, but it's
could if Kanye called them white crackers, would he have got away with it instead of what he said?
Yes.
So if he just said,
if he said white cracker media if white cracker media,
that's crazy. Hey,
nothing would happen.
That's crazy.
Nothing would happen.
That's actually true.
Because it's all white people. Then it generalizes everything. But you're being too. That's what Lex was saying. You're being too specific by saying Jewish media. You could say the company's name. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's what Lex didn't say that, but in my head I was.
He honestly should just say white cracker media. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but he wanted to be legit.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. That's actually crazy when I think about it like that. Is that like what words he would have got away with?
Right. So what is the lesson that we've learned here, ladies and gentlemen?
Just don't speak to the media.
No, don't say anything about the Jews.
I like them.
I love them.
Yeah, I love them. Specifically their banks.
Yes. Anything Jewish.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I do actually love anything Jewish. Because, like, my favorite artist of all time is Jewish.
That's crazy.
Drake.
He's part of the problem, though. That's what Kanye was saying.
No, but Drake... Yeah, wait a second. Bigger conspiracy. Maybe Kanye and Drake are beefing again, and that's why Kanye's hating on Jews.
Maybe. It's back again. I was going to say... because shout out to the YouTube channel. I can't remember, is it Turning the Tables that you put? That you finally told me to listen to. I've now binge watched YouTube.
Right, as soon as I watch one episode,
I want to just shout out this dad. His dad's cool as fuck.
Kevin?
I love him. Like he's a cool dude. He just he's a very infectious person to listen.
That he's got the energy and like he just really cool. The way he's so enthusiastic about music is beautiful.
Yeah,
like he's like how sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, like do you know what I mean?
I was interested because I was.
Oh yeah, once the JID one hooked you.
Because he's one of those people that like YouTube has been like shoving down my throat.
Right.
So that's around the type
I'm
of
glad
content
they
that I
did.
watch. Which look, fair enough. YouTube, look, you get it right. Like
Yeah.
you just know me better than I know me
Right.
at this point. Like I don't know what I want to watch. YouTube just tell me what I want to watch.
Well, yeah, I saw them pop up
You know
once,
better
and I
than
was
me.
like, I'd like to do that with my son, and I would have loved.
Do you know part of me was like, no, that can't be good. They can't. It's like no one want to listen with their dad. And
No one's dad's interesting. Fuck dads.
none of their dad. None of my dads would have.
None of my dads. My selection of dads.
Yeah, no, and I actually now I'm just binging because you actually get to listen to some of the music as well.
Well, that's what, and I
that's
like that.
And yeah, like I was like the genuine, like how genuine it feels is quite.
Well, that's what I like about it. It's very wholesome.
So I just want to give
very
shout out
wholesome.
To them.
Shout out to them.
That's what I've been watching
Shout out to
all this week.
So ready? So this was a tweet. Back to the Kanye thing. I actually had it on my thing, so that I actually just wanted to bring this up. So there was two different things. So one person tweeted, "The White Lives Matter didn't do it for," and then George Floyd comments because they don't give a fuck about black people, but he knew the anti-Semitism stuff would get him exactly what he wanted. This man might be smarter than everyone thinks. So this is a different angle. So they're saying that Kanye is doing this on purpose, just to kind of almost show, or also get out of all of his contracts and do his own shit.
Maybe, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And people will be like,
because like what's gonna happen? He's still gonna be free, like Because I saw a thing where they were saying like take his music off Spotify. That won't happen.
Okay,
that won't happen. Spotify can't do that.
Yeah.
Spotify is not gonna do that.
Okay, and if they do that, that's fucking insane because you know what?
Who they've got up there,
right?
Yeah.
Charles Manson's on there.
Oh, I only found out who that cunt was.
Oh, really?
Literally because of this thing I saw. What the fuck?
Incredibly interesting life. Involved with the CIA, they used to feed him psychedelics and give other people. So him and his like group were a psychedelic testing ground.
Yeah, that is just I didn't even know about that. It wasn't even that long ago.
Do you know how obsessed?
Wasn't even that long.
Do you know how obsessed women were with him till the day of his death? Young women married him while he was in jail. While he was like 60, 70, a hot 20-year-old married him.
That's wild. Why?
She's a psycho. On the next thing, right? Because I found this pretty insane as well. Look, I know that it is your OnlyFans content and you want to post it, but seeing these two posts on a story, one after another, is kind of ill. Right? So this was the first photo, okay? And what I'm showing is R.I.P. Cassius, right? Which was a kid that recently got bashed to death in Perth.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's the first story, right?
Yeah.
Next story.
Oh, wow.
With her mouth open like this and her glasses are ready for cummies, and saying with the OnlyFans link and saying about to spam. And in my opinion, look,
how far apart were they?
Like 2 hours.
Yeah, okay, so not long has gone on without.
Well, I just.
Oh, dude, no, I agree with you.
I don't know. I just
think about what's on your story, maybe. But hey, man, like.
I don't even think about it too deeply. But I just. In that situation, I just found that ill.
Maybe that's her.
I just found that ill.
Yeah.
It's like someone's dead. Give me cummies to bring more life.
Maybe she's trying to help out.
That's what I'm saying. Someone's dead, so she's like, give me cummies.
Yeah, help me out.
So I'm can bring more.
I'm going to help replenish. Right. I kind of respect her for that, you know. And you've got to be asked the question, how far will you go to advertise for your business?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm going pretty far.
Am I going to say RIP one day and then next will be like, being Jack laugh reacting to people dying?
Yeah. Or imagine I die in a train accident.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what? Next day, reacting to tragic train deaths. That would
No. It's like a big world war starts and we're reacting to old World War II clips.
We'd come out with plans. We'd have to, right? Like if another world war happened, 100% I'm trying to find out tips of what they did. Like I'm YouTubing like
What do you mean tips? Like how to get away?
Yeah, like what?
Just get away?
Yeah, but like I'm a novice. I'm a novice of getting away.
Do know it's a different world nowadays as well.
Yeah,
compared to then.
Yeah, maybe, but like I think I'd survive pretty long. Like in all honesty, I don't know if that's an egotistical thing.
I'd like to say that I'd make it through, but war is so unpredictable. You might feel like you're safe one day.
Oh yeah, it could just be
a
one
bomb just drops onto your building and crushes
It could be anything, right?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you're walking down the street and a bomb falls on you. Do you know what I mean? Like it has nothing to do because like for example, some people went into the war, got transferred to 3-4 different places, ended up in a prison camp, and still came back alive. While someone that was at home in fucking London or some shit, right, got bombed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And died straight away, first day of the war.
Yeah, so it depends. It depends.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it just...
The likelihood, though, obviously. But I'm saying, yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm not ready.
I know what you mean.
All I'm saying is I'm not ready, and I feel like this is how sick my mind is. I think part of me... Remember how I said I felt like something just clicked inside my head?
When?
Like recently when I was like, I just felt like I just needed to start running and I just needed to go gym and just, I wanted my body to be in the best health possible just for myself for the first time ever.
Yeah.
I think the war thing kind of like switched something in my head.
What war thing? The thing that's going on now? Yeah. Okay.
I think because I've never really fully contemplated me ever being in a war. I think when I did contemplate it, it awoke something inside me. And not like I need to prepare myself for war. Yeah. But almost an unconscious, life is war, you need to prepare yourself for war.
That's a good meaning to take out of it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's why I started running in the mornings as well, because it's the most dreadful thing I could possibly.
Well, that's what they always say: do the hardest thing first, and that shit fucking it's so just fucking shit. And then all of a sudden turns into the best thing ever. Right. There's a period of your run where it turns from pure hatred to love. Then sometime back to hatred and love again. Like sometimes it fluctuates. But if you stay in that love, because that's what runners do, they just stay in that love and they're just like running around.
Well, and your breathing is so content that like you're not trying to take those extra breaths.
Yeah. When you get into a rhythm and then like, oh geez, fly coming at me.
That's a big one.
That's a fucking mammoth of a fly.
I hope it goes in front of the camera and just
imagine.
You know what would be kind of cool if it actually flew on top of one of the lenses.
That would be kind of great.
Because then it would be like a blooper almost, because you covered the lens. Right?
How great would that be?
An unconscious blue. So yeah, what if another sick part of me is legitimately like trying to prepare myself for war?
Then that's cool. There are so many people that do that.
Yeah, like doomsday preppers.
I'd think of you differently. The fly is distracting me again. He's fucking around, but
that's
it's a huge fly. It's a fucking huge fly, and he's not giving up.
You know how you know it's fat as well? It's not even flying that quick.
Yeah, you can
like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a fat. It's got a bunda on it. That it's like it's struggling to fly up.
Yeah, he's taking his time. He's taking his time.
Consumed by this.
Right. What were we talking about?
Speaking of fatties.
Yeah.
So there's this new Disney movie with a plus size heroine.
What's a heroine? Is that
like a female hero?
Oh, okay. Is that really what it is?
Yeah, didn't you know?
I didn't know that. No. So is that a
not spelt the same way?
No, I know. But is that something that like women were fighting for, like, or something? Was that always
that
was Catwoman called that back in the day?
I don't know if anyone was fighting for it. Someone was for sure.
Oh, that's what I mean, because I just don't know how long that word's been in people's vocabulary.
Plus sized people were definitely fighting for it.
Yeah. Okay. So you only get called it if you're plus sized.
Huh?
You only get called it if you're plus sized. Heroine is for fat.
Wait, what? That's what what?
That's what you said.
Well, I thought we were talking about the fat chick in the movie being the main the protagonist.
No, okay.
You're talking about heroine as in the word, like a hero, and the female hero is heroine.
Yeah.
I don't know, but fucking this is an old word, bro. It was like
it is okay. That's what I'm asking.
Let's actually see.
That's what I was asking. I didn't know. I'm trying to learn here. Jeez, she used to get abuse yelled at you.
Abuse. No, I just didn't understand
For wanting to be inquisitive about a word that I did not know the origin of.
Well, now we'll both.
I'm so good at getting out of situations.
Heroin was first made. Okay, wrong heroin. No, it's giving me the history of heroin. Oh. Word origins.
Created in 2021. From
the Greek word heros, which meant hero. The word heroine. So yeah, it's Greek.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. Greek, ancient times. Yeah.
I'll give it to you then.
Cool.
So people wanted to bring it back though. So what's this fatty doing in this?
Okay, so this fatty is apparently dancing in this movie. I didn't click on it too far. Well, it's a cartoon.
Can I see what she looks like?
She kind of looks like Amy Schumer.
Is she? How old is she supposed to be?
I don't know. It's hard to tell with fat people.
Yeah, because they really, I don't know. Nah, like, yeah, okay, that's, I mean, is anyone going to watch it? I
don't know.
Because, I mean, I'm not too up to date with kids' movies. I know Frozen.
I wonder what the actual movie is.
Was there any other thing that came out after Frozen that kids just love?
Disney.
Because Frozen was stupid. I don't know what made Frozen just go fucking bonkers like it did. Like, it wasn't, like, it wasn't a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there hasn't been a big movie like Frozen for a little while. And before that, there wasn't a big
The one before that was probably like Lion King, right? Lion King was pretty massive. Like Toy Story, I guess, is another one.
But that's Pixar.
You can't chuck Frozen in with those fucking lot. Yeah?
It's called Stream Reflect. It's called Reflect. Yeah, reflect on your fat fucking body and realize you're
about
fat.
Body positivity over here.
Yeah, same. Body positivity, yeah. I want my body to be positive, right? Yeah. And make me feel positive. So I need to not be a fat piece of shit. Or a skinny piece of shit. Hey, look, ready?
How many fat girls have you said nice things about? How many fat girls have you said nice things about this week?
I complimented my sister twice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyone that you don't know?
Complimented this fat girl in a costume yesterday. Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fair enough. So 1. So you're 2-1 to your own family. Some would say you better not have said any nice things about any skinny girls.
I didn't actually. I actually didn't.
Interesting. So you're actually skinny phobic.
Yeah. I'm all phobic.
Interesting.
That's my new thing. You know what? I'm all phobic.
I was gonna say, did you see the video? Did you see the video?
I'm indifferent to everyone.
Did you see I think we spoke about it, that video of the button, of that girl, that fat girl that was like being strange with that video. That video's gone crazy on Twitter. Yeah, because like everyone's like calling him fat phobic. Apparently he did that with everyone. He asked all of them like to hug him. So you could like.
And why? Okay, and that's the smartest thing ever.
100%.
I would have never thought of that.
There was like these.
I would have never thought of it. I would have just been like, "Are you fat?"
Yeah. I would have, and then.
she's like.
That was me pressing. Because I haven't answered it quick enough.
No, and do you know what the thing is? You
hesitated.
Okay, you know how people are like, "How dare you say that? You can't say that to a woman. You can't expect her to be a weight." What about bitches that say, "Oh, are you 6 foot?" And then you go, "No," and then she's like, "Sorry."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What am I supposed to do? You can go from fat to skinny, right? Without no surgery. I have to go to China to get my knees done to be
Be real here with me for a second here. Be real with me. Do you think you're fat phobic?
What would you define as fat phobic?
Well,
I hate fat people?
Afraid.
Afraid of what?
I don't know. So say you were in.
Okay. I'm fat phobic towards myself. Like if I see fat on me, I'm like, you're a fucking disgusting pig.
You were so like assertive with me there.
Oh, sorry, bro. Put that finger away from my face, bro.
Sorry.
Put it away. Bro.
Sorry.
It's fat. That's a fat finger. Put it away. It's scary.
So do you ever...
I'm fat phobic in a way because I one time saw fat on my belly and I was like, you're disgusting. In my head.
So do you think other fat people are disgusting? Like, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I think they are.
Not their personalities.
Yeah, no,
some of the nicest people.
That doesn't have any relation to your size. Your personality does.
Can I throw away this weird answer that actually kind of like? Not all fat disgusts me.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I know.
It's proportions.
Yeah.
Like for example, if you're just
I'm talking
fat
obese.
with
I'm talking
one
like
roll.
I'm talking like
if you're just fat with one roll,
yeah.
It's not disgusting.
Because I'm talking. Because did you know, like, right? For an example, I'm trying to think of someone that's like relatively.
If you're 300 pounds, you're disgusting to me.
Yeah. Like, but like that's pretty.
Oh
normal.
wait, 300 pounds. But like, if you're a tall, fucking muscular person.
Yeah. You
but you know what I mean? Like a fat.
Well,
fuck.
I think LeBron isn't 300 pounds.
Okay, well, a fat fuck.
Yeah. No, I get you. I like.
Like okay, you know who's kind of fat-ish, but like he's kind of fat-ish, but he's not disgusting looking just because he's like a strongman. What's his name?
Eddie Hall?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's probably the biggest you can. But to be fair, he's lost a lot of weight now.
Right
but
now he has, but back then he had a belly.
Yeah.
But see, I would define that as fat. That's overweight still.
Yeah.
Categorically.
If he took a BMI, he'd be overweight. He'd be obese. No, he'd be like extremely obese. Yeah.
But it looks fine on him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'd go by that.
I don't know what you mean. It's not like it's always tough, but like that's.
I fucked girls with a little bit of fat on them, but that wasn't like. It wasn't bad.
They had at least 18% body fat.
20 maybe.
No, that's pretty normal for a female. That's not like women have a lot higher body fat.
Yeah, I know, but 20 at least.
No, that's but 20's like skinny.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, really skinny. Yeah, for a woman. Yeah, because the boobs, like that's all fat.
Oh yeah.
They carry way more fat.
See, that's what I'm saying. Good fats. There's thicky chicks that've got a little bit of fat on them, like porn.
You don't
even in porn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It's proportion. I'm not fat phobic towards myself.
Interesting. No, I was just interested. Yeah, it's a stupid word.
All of these fucking words are silly, bro. And it just depends on the context you use.
How come we're not allowed to use the word fat, but you can call people fat phobic? You know what I'm saying?
Fat phobic?
Because, so, say for an example, you wouldn't say to someone, you're fat, would you? Because that's now like that.
Okay.
Like, but
oversized phobic?
But no, but
big
you get a... So say for an example, I'm abusing a fat person, right?
Yes.
And someone's saying you're being fat phobic.
But sorry, I was imagining it.
Yeah. And they're saying to me, you're being fat phobic. I'm like, so you're calling her fat?
Yeah.
Which I'm not allowed to do.
Right.
You're inherently calling her fat.
But like because
I didn't even call her fat.
But she's comfortable in her fat, is what she's saying, right? She's aware she's fat, but you can't hate on her fat.
I'm not. I'm just pointing it out.
It's like a fur coat, right?
Yeah.
I'll get hated on my fur coat because I've killed an animal for it, right? But I feel comfortable in my fur coat, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like fat. You know what I mean? Like that's her coat. That's her. What if we're wrong this whole time?
We're terrible people.
We're wrong, right? What if we're wrong this whole time, right?
Yeah.
And all these fat people were just waiting for the great winter to come, and they're hibernating.
Oh wow! They've been planning their whole lives.
Because like I'm gonna die.
The biggest loser going into the hole.
I'm gonna die after a week.
The biggest loser going into the hole. They've ruined people's lives. They're not ready anymore. Poor Greg.
So what if they just go into hibernation and they just because the big winter's coming, and us skinny people have to fight the White Walkers?
We'd have to we have to eating each other.
Yeah, it would be like 1920s Ukraine.
That'd be entertaining.
Whoa! Holy shit, dude! Whoa! In the early 1920s, Russia Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union, but majority of Ukraine was full of farmlands.
Yeah.
And the Russian government took all of their food sources away, and it created one of the greatest famines in the world.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And most of the Ukrainian people ate their children.
Nice.
1920s, right?
Nice.
1920s, Russia is attacking Ukraine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I heard something about that.
What?
That they were like 100 years away.
Okay. Ready for this next crazy connection?
Yeah.
In the 1920s.
Does it involve the pyramids?
No.
Okay.
In the 1920s, the biggest and one of the most biggest and popular politicians or figures at the time,
Yeah.
you could say celebrities, almost like figures and politicians, right?
Yeah.
Was spitting about anti-Semitic things.
Who?
Hitler.
Oh, was that 1920? Mental.
Well, 1920 late 20s, early 30s.
So nearly 100 years on. So damn, Kanye.
No, isn't that crazy? Russians attacking Ukrainians again.
Mm.
A huge influential person that was seen in a good light at first, because he was seen in a good light by a lot of the people in the world at first, Hitler, because they didn't actually know what was going on exactly in Germany.
Yeah.
They just knew Germany was getting economically better and the people were happier.
Yeah.
Right? So Kanye, you could say, is as influential as Hitler.
Definitely more so, I'd say.
Possibly.
Yeah, more so, yeah.
Same things going on. What else would you say could be repeating from the 1920s?
Didn't COVID happen? Like there was another.
There was a big disease.
There was another like it wasn't. What did we call COVID? We called it like a.
Guess what else was in the 1920s? The Great Depression, as in the economy crashed. And guess what's about to happen soon within a few years?
Comedy.
Comedy will crash.
Economy will go. Economy.
But you know what the crazy thing is?
Great prices on everything.
So much of that shit is repeating exactly 100 years. This isn't even a conspiracy.
That's got to have something to do with the wheel, right? Like in terms of like how.
Well, humans just repeat patterns.
No, but I mean, like that has to be something like pi. Like the fact I like there's so.
Oh, you mean this?
If
like,
you calculate like if you
like
start, there's so many stupid things.
Well,
you
that's
do
why
with
people believe in numerology. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why you.
I
That's
can
why
see
sometimes
why.
they define you by the date, and that's why I almost believe in some of the astrology and stuff, because it's like some of it makes sense, but I don't think you can predict my whole fucking day.
No, you can't. Obviously, you can't. But
And even if you did predict my day, guess what I'd do? I'd tell you fuck
and I'd do
yourself
something else.
and do exactly the opposite, just to prove your theory wrong, just to spite you.
Yeah. I'm
They'll be like, today you're gonna be a really generous person. I would legit get up.
I'd give nothing.
No.
I'd do nothing.
I would legit get up, and I would be a generous person. I'd shit on the table right there, and they'd be like, "There's my fucking generosity, you fucking bitch."
Fair enough. I don't blame you for that.
Right?
I don't blame you for that. I was gonna say did you do anything for we didn't do anything for Halloween.
We didn't get dressed up, right?
Yeah, I know.
It's tomorrow though.
I know, but no, isn't it today?
No, Halloween's 31st.
What day is it? It's 30th.
30th.
Okay, interesting. I thought it was 31st.
And it's also JD's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, how cute!
He's born on Halloween.
Happy birthday, Jody. There you go. Did you see?
Scorpio. I'm also wearing Scorpio.
Did you listen to that Breakfast Club interview with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I was like hell intrigued at some points because like. I feel like at points I don't even think Charlamagne the God actually listened to it because some of the shit he was like talking about. But like I don't know, it was a good interview.
I liked it. Well, just because I got to hear a lot more of JD than normally.
Yeah, because like there was one point where they were talking about crack sandwich and like JD told that whole the story behind it. And like I was like, then Charlamagne was just like, oh, I thought it was about poverty, and then JD was like, yeah, it is, but like. That was just the whole story. Did you know?
Right, yeah.
Because the whole part of the song is pretty like you can clearly hear him.
Right.
So I was like, kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I understand what Charlamagne's. Well, you know what that says? Charlamagne only listens to the hook.
Yeah. And like just was like.
Because what's the hook?
Yeah, I was just nothing about.
So it's nothing about the story. It's just saying.
Yeah, he probably didn't listen to the verses. Yeah,
so he just listens. to
But how do you just? I don't know how. I guess you just.
Well, you know, people just. That's how radio people are. You know, sometimes they won't really listen to your album properly. You just go, oh, skip, cool. Sounds.
I can understand what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I
was gonna say with the I was just at the shops like a little bit before, and like, I felt bad for this kid because like. It was Spud Shed, just to let everyone know. Just if he's out there, if he ever listens, hey bro. Okay. But
was he a Spud?
No, he wasn't. Okay. He was a cool guy.
Could that be the new way?
What?
You can't say retarded anymore.
Well, Spud is very close to Sped, which I feel like is a little bit. You wouldn't call someone a Sped. I've always stayed away from
Spud because they're a potato.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. No, you can call them whatever you want to call them. I call them people. But anyway, I was in line, and every day that the stores are like, so on Sundays and then after hours, like Spud Shed lines are just stupid for some reason because everyone goes there. And I actually am a fan of Spud Shed, so shout out Spud Shed. They try to give away free potatoes once, and the fucking people were like, no, you can't do that. You have to charge.
Yeah.
Which I thought was bullshit. I always thought was bullshit. I was like, wait, what the fuck? He's literally giving out free food, and you guys are like, no, because it's advertising, and he makes so much.
You know, would have loved that. Was it the Irish or the Scottish? I can't remember. During the potato... You know what? I want to...
Who knows? You look it up.
During
I'll
the
tell you about
famine.
this kid. Like,
they would have loved free potatoes.
Every person in the fucking checkout was just like wearing Irish uniform. And then this kid was dressed up to the max. This one kid on the end. And I actually got his thing, which was cool because I was just giggling the entire line. And I got to him and I was just like, bro, did everyone like just not get the memo? Or like, did like what happened? He goes, nah, man, there's heaps of people out the back. And I was just like, I don't know if it was true.
I
don't know. I was just like, and I was just like, I don't know, man.
I'm the only one.
I kind of felt bad for him, but respect to it. I respect the grind, and I said, fuck those other guys. The grind, yeah.
I also respect that muscle.
I was also going to mention to you as well because I don't know. It's a cool story, and I wanted to know if you knew about it. Do you obviously you know Jackie Boy Grealish, the English? Yeah. Did you hear about what he said last year about a certain Newcastle player? Do you know this story?
No.
Okay, cool. This is a cool story. Essentially, at the end of last season, at Man City's like parade that they had, they do this crazy parade, and Jack Grealish got proper drunk. Like he was coming out slurring his words on all the mic. Like looked like be having a good time. And essentially, he was talking about Riyad Mahrez, and he was just essentially saying that he played like Almiron from Newcastle.
Oh, that and now he's been going off.
He's scored more goals like this month than he has got for City the last year and a bit, which is crazy. I respect the grind so much.
Do you know what the craziest thing is about that? Remember how I was always like, bro, that guy looks like the guy from Goal.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
And he plays for Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
The fact that he's because you remember in the movie as well. In the movie, he was doing bad at first.
Yeah.
And then he was like, nah, I need to change, And then that second season, if he moves to Real Madrid from fucking Newcastle, my mind will be blown, and I will then know that from? We are Mexico.
Oh yeah, he was Mexican. Yeah, he was. Yeah, which is kind of cool though. Like Central America versus like he's from Paraguay. I think. Yeah. So that'd be cool. It's still same sort of story. Same
right.
Sort of,
simulation.
Simulation. That's really cool. He does, and I honestly, because he scored another goal last night.
Yeah.
And it was another screamer.
Really?
It was another fucking curler from outside the box. And I was like, I was like actually like kind of emotional for it. I was like, damn, this kid's like fucking like.
You're glad for it.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
It wouldn't be.
Well,
just like that season when Leicester won it.
Yeah.
Every game for me was exciting to watch Leicester because I was like, can they do it? I think I supported Leicester more that season than I did Manchester United.
You'd have to. I didn't because Arsenal were actually doing all right.
Yeah, you guys are fine.
And I was like, this is our chance to capitalise. Fuck you, Leicester. We came second, and that's so embarrassing. The fact that if they didn't, like Spurs as well. I'm pretty sure were like third.
Yeah,
and like
they were.
I remember, that was a shit year. Think about that year for like where's City?
But that's like a miracle year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now they might get relegated.
Yeah,
because they're trash.
Crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. That's what I wanted to mention. Shout out to my boy Miguel Almiron because my Don scores goals. And he looks like Santiago Munoz.
Yeah, which is kind of racist. Munoz.
Is it Munoz? I hate that kid.
Oh, same. Imagine having... You know what? Imagine that like you blow up out of one phrase, right?
And that just
like, okay, imagine like we were talking about something and I just go, bitch! Right? And then it blows up, right? And I legitimately, anytime someone passes me on the street, they're like, yo, bitch!
Wait, the comments, stop doing this, go back to the bitch comments. Content. Yeah. I don't want this content, give me back this bitch!
Why doesn't he react with bitch anymore? This is shit.
Well, we have to be just... That would suck, hey.
Right?
That would suck, just you have to do the same thing. Like, that would be...
Because even if, like... Okay, let me explain myself at least. Even if this podcast blows up...
Bitch!
Incredibly to the craziest point, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be scared, like, leaving it all behind.
What do you mean leaving it all behind?
Like, okay,
in what
let's
way?
say me and you are making millions of this podcast, right?
Yeah,
and
we
then
are.
one day...
We already are.
Yes.
Yeah,
and then one... Well, okay, let me say we're making zillions because we're already on bees. Yeah. One day when we're making zillions of the podcast, what if one day me and you were like, you know what, let's just stop doing the podcast because we're doing other shit.
Yeah.
Right? At its height. While some other people would be like, let's burn this bridge out. Like,
you want to run it into the ground. Yeah,
let's run it to the ground.
It has to end when it's,
Yeah.
It ends well at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot about that. Like,
well, no, for me, it's not even if it ends at the top, because some things I'll drag out forever.
Do you reckon, Joe Rogan should just quit?
Well, no.
Imagine he did, though. That'd be kind of epic.
I think it has more to do with personal enjoyment. If me and you get to a point where we're doing so many other, ventures that we're like, fuck the podcast, we're making movies now.
Yeah.
Right?
That kind of shit. Yeah.
Right?
That kind of shit.
And I would just be okay to leave.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hold on to it like, oh my God, we need this podcast to make us more millions. I feel like I could succeed in any avenue. Yeah, at least in the entertainment business.
I think if you're in that genre, and I think confidence is a big part of that. Because I think if, say for an example, you get shat on for 2 months. Say you said something that people didn't agree with. Right. You probably wouldn't be feeling like you can tackle everything, you know? Right. Because things do change. I think.
But that's why you don't read shit.
I understand. I'm not
saying. And even if they try to cancel me, who the fuck?
I'm not saying that is. I'm also saying in certain periods you can feel down, and certain periods you can feel up. Yeah. I don't think it's always going to remain that way.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just saying
I feel like I always feel like my own hate is way deeper than anyone else's.
Well, it's more truthful. Right. Because no one even knows you. Right. No one knows what I'm actually like. Yeah. If
they did, they'd hate you even more.
Yeah, they'd be like, this guy sucks.
This guy's legit the devil incarnated.
Just don't actually want to hang out with this guy.
Do you know who me and you legit are? Me and you are fucking me and you are Zan and fucking what's his name? Bryce.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's us in real life.
Yeah, that is kind of but those are good guys.
Oh yeah, true.
Those are good guys.
Good guys, yeah.
I think they're validly human.
Zan.
The idols of mine. I didn't realize that because I watched the Cody and I really like Life According to Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy Tater is actually, funny enough, the first guy I ever watched on YouTube.
Really?
He was the first channel I liked.
I did like Jimmy's videos back in the day.
Yeah, I was subbed to him way back in the day, which was crazy because I can't remember it was college videos. I think I was I subbed to him from. And just seeing him his progression in his career, right? Strange as fuck.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Really strange.
He was doing one thing, and now he's doing movies.
Yeah, you know I mean, he's in a show. He's in an ABC show,
right?
And then he's also
he also his own shit.
He also got to also got to direct one of those shows,
right?
But the show he's on, I can't remember. It's a pretty big show, but
that's what I'm saying. You move on to things.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd want to be stuck to specifically anything unless I really like being stuck to it.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong.
If
with,
you just kept,
there's nothing wrong with it.
And I think I think at least for the podcast, I'd want there to be at least some minimal evolution each year.
I think that.
Do you know about minimal evolution? I mean, it could sometimes be behind the scenes, or it can be sometimes okay, now we're reacting to shit because someone is playing videos.
I don't know how much. I don't know at one point as well though when it becomes less authentic. There is a point in every podcast I find where it becomes less authentic when it's like that. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you mean. I think it has to happen. I think there's a problem as well now.
What do you mean by less authentic? Because I still think I watched Two Bears One Cave, and I think them and the people that they have in their own studios are all pretty just normal.
Most of them are good. Yeah,
there's no production company telling you can say
this. No, I agree.
I don't think I ever want to get to that level. Yeah. I think I'd create our own studios.
I think that's.
But me and you would have control then. I wouldn't. Yeah. No one in the backs be like.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
I was more so saying there. I think that is the problem now with podcasts that are created. Is that they get they
get signed to a place. That's what I mean. An agency or studios. Do you know what I mean? And I.
Podcast Central.
I will never say that I won't sign to something. Yeah. But I would never sign my likeness. I wouldn't sign away my likeness. I wouldn't sign away, obviously, my royalties and stuff. Do you know what I mean? If I would only sign a good just deal where both sides are getting what they want, and it's only for a short amount of time. Yeah. I would never sign like a 360 deal, long-term bullshit where I have to give them specific commitments. Nah. Yeah. It's like I'm doing the same shit I'm doing. You're helping me out, but you can have a little bit of it for now.
Mm. Yeah, you gotta. That's the thing. Like once you get to that position, like I'd actually read every contract.
Oh, 100%.
Because like right now I'm so shit with things I agree to. I just go
But it's because it's like normal shit that like you're just buying on like small part-time stuff. You're not really it's not $1 million contracts where they're writing in specific clauses.
It's also not really just my life. It's more like, so how many times do I just skip fucking terms and agreements and I'm thinking, fuck, this is.
Yeah, sometimes imagine they could just sneak in like your soul is mine.
Yeah, like I own your house. Like,
right. And it's just like a Call of Duty one.
Yeah, it's just
like we own you. Like
Activision like, rock up to the front of my house.
Sorry, babe, we can't get married.
Sorry,
Activision owns me.
We need you out of here by tomorrow.
Why? Oh, your house is becoming a game den.
You reached Prestige 3.
No.
You're out of here. Get out.
Do you know what I saw, which was fucking insane recently? A video, right, of a guy on Dr. Phil again, right? Dr. Phil's always bringing out these weird motherfuckers.
Created bad baby.
A guy that basically says, like, he doesn't, like, talk to his family or anything or anymore because, like, or family or anyone, like, that he knew before because they don't have as many followers as him.
Mm.
And so
I saw that one.
So he's like saying, what value could they bring to me? Yeah. They couldn't bring me more traction.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, bro.
Yeah, I think that's got to be fake.
Nah. There's people out there that are like that just thinking... just because me and you value specific things, there's people that value really weird shit, right? Weird shit. Wouldn't be as like, whoa, that's kind of crazy because you don't see them as much. But someone that values likes and being famous and shit could easily cut off their family and their friends because like, I don't have time to talk to you. I need to talk to someone that has more viewers, that has more fucking followers.
Where's he living? That's how I'm thinking.
Probably in LA. Like,
no, how? Like, what? Where is he?
How is he living?
Yeah, like
he's probably got some. He's probably a fucking social. I'm guessing he was a social media influencer, done something, got followers, making money off it, and then moved away from his family and all his friends and all he knows, and basically just doesn't talk to people unless they're more famous than him.
Interesting. How long do you think you could hang off the coattails of people more famous than you? You personally, how long do you think you could just like squirm your way up through the media business in LA or something? I think you'd be pretty good at it.
I would be good at it, but I couldn't.
I think you'd actually benefit. No.
Thanks. I probably would. I might do it.
Oh, hey!
Oh, bro. You know when when I realized that I didn't want to do acting anymore? When I had my biggest acting gig.
Yeah, okay.
Which was being an extra, but for a big movie.
Yeah.
And I saw...
You were in Lord of the Rings?
No.
You were the little guy with the...
I was that little goblin in Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, Gobby.
Dobby, yeah.
Gobby.
Nah, mate, you were Gobby. I was just Dobby. I wasn't sucking anyone.
I wasn't there.
Oh, you're like, please just give me a role.
That's just the name they gave me around the office.
Gobby. Everyone's like, who's that? He's on the movie. He's like, nah, that's just Gobby. He just sucks people's dick, hoping to get a role in this movie. Oh, okay. But yeah, no. So when I did that role, I just met this guy that was just going around and basically giving people like mind gobbies, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like, oh my god, you're so interesting. Like, just trying to like make sure that everyone loved him, and everyone would later on message him and be like, hey bro, I'm in this movie. You should go. You know what I mean? Like, really just had like his feet were working at the same time as his hands.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think that works though? Right?
Yes, because the fucked up thing is a lot of those real top actors are really narcissistic to the point where you just want to hear someone saying you're doing a brilliant job.
Yeah. And I mean,
and that is nothing I want to hear. Like, it's not that I don't want to hear
That's a lie. I think you do. I think you like it.
No.
You like sincere though.
But
like,
yeah, sincerity.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like, because I was like, oh, this place is a cesspool of insincerity. No. Insincere? Yeah.
Insincerity.
Yeah, insincerity. Yeah, it was just a cesspool of either that or people just being so like to themselves because they're like so pretentious. Like, I need to practice my lines, and it's like we don't have lines. We're extras.
Yeah, okay. I guess. So do you think actors are the more pretentious?
I think out of all fucking entertainment, actors are the most pretentious.
Do you think as people?
Because think about it, right? What are you doing with your life? You're pretending every day. Eventually, some people are not strong enough as identities or personalities, or in the first place, never had an identity or personality.
Yeah, that's how I was
right?
just thinking.
So, unconsciously, you're building this person that will not only act in the movie, but when they get off set, they're like, yeah, great stuff. Great stuff.
I was going to say, like, surely becoming an actor doesn't say good things about your childhood. Like, right, that you're always acting. Like, you kind of want to be as.
Well, that's sort of why I went into it.
Maybe that's why being The Rock is good, because he is just himself, and then he plays himself in every movie.
Right,
maybe that
then
is just
you
the
don't
way you should
have
go.
to be someone else.
Maybe that is
You're
actually
The Rock.
talent. Maybe that is actually what talent is.
That's what I'm saying.
And this whole time I've just been looking past it.
Because
that's a rock.
Don't you want to don't you want to be like obviously it would be interesting doing different roles.
Nah, every movie I'd be in I'd be me. I'd be a cool guy with like hot girls. That's just who I'd be in.
I take it as an actual art form. Right?
I'd
want to do the different types. Like that. And the people that I respect the most are those actors that when I've seen their interviews, just a normal fucking person. And you can tell their sincerity. Yeah. For example, Christian Bale, like one of my biggest idols, his transformation and commitment to acting is so incredible, but he's also a normal fucking person. You can tell. I've watched so many actors' interviews because that was what I was into. Yeah, and whenever I'm into something, I watch the people that are at the top of the game, so I can understand what they're like and what they talk about. Anyways, from so many other actors, you can just see the fakeness in them. Just like
especially to media channels, because I think it's hard at the same time sometimes not to be like that.
But you could tell when someone's just being nice and like. Just taking the shits on the interviews. I know what you mean. Or when someone's being like, hey! That's a great suit. Oh, that's a great joke, buddy!
Because they say, who's the English guy that they say is like a fucking dick in person? The guy that does the carpool karaoke. James Corden. Yeah, everyone says apparently he's the biggest dick. Yeah. Apparently, yeah. But I was listening to some juice about him. He loves a bit of the sniff.
Oh yeah,
he loves a bit of the sniff.
Well, he always seemed pretty hyperish.
And apparently,
a lot of those people love the sniff.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hey, let's be honest.
Everyone loves the sniff. Hey, if you can do your job with the sniff,
right?
Why would you do your job with the sniff?
Yes.
I guess. Yeah.
I have one strange question because I saw something that kind of inspired the question. Right? I saw a girl take a photo with 4 guys.
Interesting.
Right? And they were at a holiday house. Yeah. Right? And I'm pretty sure there was maybe another 1 or 2 girls there. But in this photo specifically, it was 1 girl with 4 guys.
Yeah.
Right? In the background.
Yeah. Flex.
And in my head, I thought of this, right? Would you let your girl go on an all-guys holiday when she's the only girl and there's 4 guys?
Would I let her?
Okay, let me rephrase that for the people, right? Not let her. She's free to do whatever she wants. Would you threaten to leave her? Would you?
I just think
would
it's
you
a bit
love bomb
weird.
her and then manipulate her into making the decision to not go?
I think 100% would do that. I would. It's fine. It's no go. Just go with them. Obviously,
go with them. Oh, great.
I won't care.
Oh, I don't care.
I don't care at all.
I don't care. Oh, guess what?
I'm gonna go to bed.
Gonna go to bed. One of my friends just messaged me legit just then. She was like, "Come on this holiday with 7 other girls, and it's just you and Brad. Can I go to that, babe?" It's just
four of them are prostitutes, but that we don't do.
And four of them are prostitutes, and the other three are my exes.
I think any sane who's in those situations,
right? That's what was I was gonna make that point is if your girl is in situations where she's with her 4 guy friends and alone by herself, and they've all been friends since childhood, I can kind of look past it.
Do you sometimes
but it's almost like, why is that a situation?
Do you ever meet the girl's guy best friend, or not best friend, but a guy friend of hers, and ever just be have this weird kind of relationship of with him, you know what I mean? Because
in what way? Because I'm thinking of 2 ways.
Because
one way would be this guy, they have a weird relationship where I'm this guy's secretly gay.
Either there's a couple,
or the other one where I'm this guy has loved her for so long, but she's just never let him in.
He hates me.
Oh yeah, he always hates you because you're just that next guy. You're the new boyfriend, but he's the guy I've been around. I used to be that guy for one girl, for maybe 2 rotations. For 2 rotations,
you went 2 rotations of the sun.
Yeah,
crazy.
And then I dated her.
Oh, okay. So you got it in the end.
I got her in the end.
How hard did it hit when
I got her?
When the first guy came in, and it wasn't you. How did it hurt?
That one really hurt because that one was she disappeared fully.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can see.
The second guy was more intervals of we could talk, but we weren't as close, and we'd catch up, but it wasn't but the first guy was I was cut off.
Yeah, okay. At least you got respect for getting
but look, if a girl fully cuts me off, obviously it has to do with her jealous boyfriend, but that's also sus. Because I never, in all my relationships, I only one time fully cut off my 2 actual girlfriends, right?
Yeah.
My girlfriends, sisters, I count them as, right? Yeah. I cut them off, but only a year and a bit into the relationship. It wasn't I started dating person cut off. I got, from that chick, I got cut off as soon as she started a relationship. Which, you know what told me? I'm in.
Yeah, I've had some of those. I've had those where you're wait, why did you what
yeah, because it's I'm supposed to be the
you were liking my pics of
no, because I was supposed to be the guy that she would never date, because that's what was said to my face. You're like a brother. I could never.
It's crazy.
Do you know what she did to me? She did the same thing Borat's sister did to her younger brother, Billo. She was like, you will never get this. You will never get this. And I broke out of a cage and I got it.
I respect that.
Baby.
Nothing but respect.
But those situations suck dick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
And you don't want to be that guy, because I think you should just give up. Nah, I can't say that to people. Because some people actually work through it and find the love of their lives that way. But I almost feel like it's a waste of time. So
I do.
Because I've already gone through it once, I think I would.
Sometimes when I see an absolute dime, I am happy when she has a boyfriend, because I'm thank you. I don't have to fall in love. I don't have to fall in love with her because I can escape this.
Have you ever fallen in love with someone else's girlfriend? A person you know, you met her and you're man,
No, it's actually not a girlfriend. No, but I can definitely. There's been situations where I've seen someone been oh my god, I've seen her multiple times, and then seen a boyfriend. And then
I known him.
Yeah, not even that.
Found out. Okay,
that's probably the furthest I've been.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never.
I had a situation at my old football team.
Oh, actually, I'm trying to think. Maybe did I?
Where it wasn't a guy I wasn't particularly close to, but we were good friends.
Yeah, and you would.
And I met his girlfriend once without him, and I didn't know it was his girlfriend. And me and her were talking and I could tell it was friendly flirting.
Yeah, okay,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was giving signs, and then I saw next time she wasn't as flirty, but she was still nice because he was around, and I was like, okay. And then the third time when I met her, me and her had a D&M, and it was partly about just relationships. So she was talking about him as well, but I was like, man, I could date this girl.
Yeah, Interesting. And then you was your teammate, so I feel like you could take that and like because there's a footballer that's taken do you know about Icardi?
Courtois
And do you know about Courtois
and Kevin De Bruyne.
Do you know about Icardi? Icardi's the way worse one. The one with his friend he fucked his wife. Then she's not with him anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
she's on to someone else. I think that was just crazy.
Good on her.
Yeah, she's machine. I think she's broke him as a footballer as well because he's not very good anymore.
Yeah.
He used to bang him. He used to bang him in for.
Because he was banging her apparently.
Yeah, now he's confident.
Apparently she's
she's the piece.
The piece.
She's the piece. Get her and Miggy Almiron together.
Yeah.
And Miggy will kick off forever.
Miggy, don't put that bitch near Miggy. Miggy's doing well for himself.
Miggy will fly. You got anything else for us for the?
I have 2 more things actually.
Yeah.
So the first one is I found out what my first crazy spend would be if we made a lot of money.
If you're comfortable, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So and when I say that, obviously I'd pay off my family's.
Is it outgoing in terms of is it a continuous payment or is it one big splash?
One big splash.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Right.
Yep.
And I thought, what would I want? Because I don't care too much about cars. And when I say it would be a big splash, obviously I would have paid my house off and my family's houses off and I'm comfortable. So this first spend would be after everything else is done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My big first splurge would be I'd buy all the books on my book list.
Okay, yeah.
I know it's a random one.
Acquire knowledge.
But I feel like there's so many books.
Kind of gay, if you ask me.
Right?
Kind of gay.
I thought the same thing. I was I looked in the mirror for a second and I was like...
The fact that you've come on this podcast and just splurted that out.
I legitimately looked in the mirror.
Honestly, we got to end it now.
Well,
I'm disappointed in you.
I legit looked in the mirror and I was like, how can I be homophobic? I like my books. Right?
Yeah.
Right? I like my books that much.
Yeah, fair enough. And you need just lots of them. How many is on your list? I've got quite a lot on my list. But I wouldn't buy them. I'd just buy them on my phone because I'm a fucking... Yeah, you take screenshots, do you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I see the thing on the right going down. I'd say I've got probably about half of yours, I'd say. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I've got a lot on my list.
Yeah. So there would be at least 50 there.
Yeah.
So that's still a big spend because some of the books, let's say the average of the books would probably be 25, right?
That's not even that much, to be fair. You could probably do that soon.
That's 1.2k.
Yeah, that's not much. I know.
But I still wouldn't want to... That to me is a dumb splurge. That to me is a dumb splurge because you know what it's saying to me? It's I'm not going to read all those books at once. I may as well just buy them as I do now, where I buy 2 books, I read 2 at a time, and then I put them away.
Yeah, it's the same thing with anything. It's you wouldn't actually buy...
instead of buying 1 car, I buy 3.
It's like clothes. You don't buy all your clothes at once and think,
usually you just buy a few. It's like going to fucking Balenciaga and buying at the shop.
Yeah. Which is silly because
why would you?
Because once you... In that case, why would you wear old Balenciaga?
Right. When you could come next month and you'd be in fashion.
And new Balenciaga, that's what I'm saying.
And with the books, it's books are there.
Books make
forever.
More sense.
Books you could... Yeah, because especially if I move into a new house and now I had the library space to fill.
Yeah. Just a library in the house.
You know what
you gotta buy a library. You gotta buy a library.
The older I get, the more I realize I'm into strange things. Not strange,
everyone is though. Everyone else.
Yeah, but I really want a library and a garden.
Yeah,
and that's not really
I don't like gardens. I don't care for a library either. No, I don't think it's.
I think it's the aesthetic of it. I think I have a very
I don't think there's anything masculine or feminine about it. Really, I think it's more masculine than
feminine. Books definitely.
I think it's more masculine than feminine. To have that library setting.
Oh, library setting
is I think it's more masculine.
Garden would be more feminine.
Probably, yeah.
Because women do like to take care of things.
They like to garden, do they? Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
are you trying to say you should get...
They take care of life more, idiot. Fucking idiot.
They
water life with their squirts.
My plants will die. My plants all die.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, I can never keep water plants.
That's why I want to get good at... And you know what? I think what another thing that inspired me was a Miyamoto Musashi quote. Because eventually at the end of his life, all he did was do calligraphy, write books and... have his do his garden and stuff, but before that he's the only undefeated, one of the greatest samurais of all time, undefeated.
Sounds pretty lit.
And was like a revolutionary in the samurai thing because he didn't really follow the Bushido code exactly. He used mental tactics, like he'd arrive late sometimes to fuck with the person for like hours late. And they had a code, so it's like, we meet at this time.
Yeah.
And you're both samurai and you go, ha! And sometimes he wouldn't even pose and they'd be like, what are you doing? And he'd be like, I'm ready. Right. Cool. Right? So he was like a revolutionary in that sense. Like, and he didn't really train under any masters. Like, he did train under a few, like at a point, but mostly trained in the woods by himself. So he created his own style.
That's pretty cool. I respect that.
Oh, dude, he's probably one of the most interesting people I've ever like heard about.
Interesting.
But yeah, and his book, The Five Rings, is very interesting because
I've got it. I think I've actually got that saved in my list. Weirdly.
Well, it's mostly about technique and wielding, but if you okay, let's say it's the Bible of samurais.
Okay.
Not exactly, but in the sense,
in a sense, and they're gonna like,
no, in a sense,
it's not. No, it's not. Did he just say that?
Did he just say that?
Bro, do you actually know what the real Bible of samurais is?
Don't you fucking know? Don't you know the Bushido code is? No, in the sense where you wouldn't read the Bible. If you read the Bible in one way, you'll get one knowledge. If you read the Bible in one other way, you'll get different knowledge.
Yeah.
Right. So with the you could read his forms and context on how to be present and be more focused in how to actually be a swordsman way.
Yeah.
Or you could look at it through life's way. And when you read that book through, let's say a non-discriminatory or direct lens, right? You're looking at something with no subject or like. Subjectivity or objectivity. You're looking at it as just words, and you take the words into what they are. Right? If you look at it through that way, there's a lot of like incredible lessons in that book.
Interesting. Cool. I might have to pump that up the list.
But
sounds cool.
What was I even talking about before?
You were saying something.
Oh, books. Yeah, it was just books.
Yeah.
See, and he talks about. He says it's better to be. Oh, I don't want to butcher this because this is actually a really good quote.
Dun dun dun. Is it just a random quote? You don't have it written down already?
You have to write it.
Disgraceful.
It is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah.
So basically saying he prepared himself to his whole life and then he ended his life in a peaceful sense, like lived a peaceful life.
Which, that's
because he realized all his egoism and like when he achieved that, like, the greatest under the sun is what they would.
Yeah, and if he didn't, do you know what I'm saying?
Just like most people that chase greatness, it's like once you hit it is when you realize it's like, oh, like getting it, like it's weird. Like even knowing that getting it isn't
it's the journey. It's
the journey, right? It's like and then like, but when you leave it, I've always found it interesting for people that leave things behind, like if they create something great and then they go, some people will go, that's cool, that's enough, and just go live a normal life.
Yeah.
While other people will go, okay, I've climbed that mountain. Let me climb this great mountain as well. So, and I don't think either way is wrong. Because some people go, okay, this greatness was amazing. I'm glad that I did what I did, but now I want the rest of my journey to be just relaxing. I've made the money.
I think there's a point everyone gets. It's that point of fulfillment.
I don't think everyone gets there.
I think you have to.
I don't.
When you're a certain age, I think everyone does.
I don't know if you do.
I think
old people live differently, and I think everyone's truth is different. And I think
look, some people might not.
I think, like for example, when I watched this like documentary on this artist, I always forget his name. It's like fucking crazy, like Polish name. Anyways,
Blaszczykowski.
I hope. Yeah. Jan. So it basically, even after he did all of his great sculptures and art, he invested himself in researching the Easter Islands and like those stones and where they could be and the language and the encryptions and like and he actually found some things that they later on actually confirmed were true.
Yeah.
Without no evidence, he came to the evidence by collecting more evidence. So it's almost like he chased another greatness.
Yeah.
Because no longer could he do the art because he was too frail, but he could read and look for things and research.
He's probably got the rest mind for it, I guess.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that to me...
I know what you mean. It's just
that to me is like... And that to me is like... It's almost like even like gardening and reading those books in the library would still be a
journey.
A journey of something.
I get what you mean.
I'm still chasing something.
You're trying to achieve something. You're still trying to get something. Yeah.
It's not might be as public or monumental this time around, but it's.
Well, think about anyone anyone that sets personal records for themselves or goals has that feeling. I don't think I ever will. Yeah, it shouldn't change. It shouldn't change. Right. It should always want to.
Well, usually, they say usually greatness is achieved in solitude.
Yeah. I agree with it. I agree. I know that for a fact. For a fact. It happened for me. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
The most.
Well, and I think that's when you come to yourself the most.
Or you rely on yourself. You rely on yourself. It's like you become.
Funnily enough, there's actually another book recently that I actually put down on my list that I need to buy. Is actually called Self-Reliance. It's actually just an essay written by Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Okay. Shout out to that guy.
Which is like a really famous old school like poet and writer.
Okay, I have no idea who he is. So
very great quotes.
Respect to him though.
I always find these great people through great quotes because I think people that can simplify.
I prefer tweets.
Right. Yeah. Anti-Semitic ones specifically.
Yeah. But like just anyone, like any random Twitter page.
Oh yeah, like fuck everyone.
Like there was one that I saw that his dad was swearing at him on the phone. And I was like, that guy's, that's my kind of quote.
That's my
kind of quote, Like,
nah, bro, you know what my kind of quote is? It's things like this.
Yeah, good memes.
Good memes that like will have what's his name, Patrick Bateman at the front from
I prefer Minions.
Whatever your political opinion is, I believe the opposite.
I prefer a Minions quote personally.
Yeah,
like just or like a photo saying people that say mean things don't actually know what you've been through.
Ooh. Or things like photos of like animes, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be like, he was always alone, always by himself. He lived in another world.
Wow.
This was actually someone that posted something on Twitter as well. So
that's so deep. See, those are our real artists in this world. Those people that repost those are the true
the Picassos of our time.
Like they're the true leaders, I think, of society.
And before we finish, I actually just wanted to end on this because I found this was a very beautiful quote, and I'm actually reading a book of his. Yeah. So it was interesting. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion.
Sorry, go say it again. I was thinking of my Sunday Select for some reason.
Okay. Have you thought of it yet?
No, but continue. I don't know what it is.
Think of it. And then let's say our Sunday selects, and I'll end on this quote.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm trying to think of what it was because it is actually Crack Sandwich, but I've already said Crack Sandwich. I've just listened to it a lot this week. I'm trying to think of what else. Fuck 12 by Migos. Oh, it was Quavo specifically. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go. You Got Me by The Roots. And Erykah Badu and Eve.
Sounds good. Go for your quote, brother, and we'll end it there.
Okay. So, and I'll let you read it as well, just so you can see. Okay.
I want you to read it out to me.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Jack, you do know, right?
I do.
The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion!